Disclaimer: the following content you are about to see contains the occasional usage of copyrighted material and various intellectual properties. Let it be known that we, and by extension, the world creators, don't own anything you see here. All copyrighted material belongs to their respective owners, and what is seen here is simply a creative work made for fun. With this in mind, please don't sue us and enjoy the show. Hello there, and welcome to Across the MetaVRse, our journey into virtual reality as an emerging platform. In this show, I am your guide, as we go over news of this developing avenue and take a look at content made by various community members. Advancements and changes are being made nearly every day to this budding medium. It's very easy to get lost in everything that's going on, so be sure to stick by my side as we venture out across various worlds, both familiar and strange. You might just find something that catches your interest. If you find something for us to cover, please be sure to reach out and give us your suggestions. Input is what keeps this show going, so please don't hesitate to tell us about something neat you found in travels of your own. Now, come along as I show you what you're missing right now. Hello, my friends. Welcome aboard. It is great to have you here in the world today. We're kicking things off with our new segment of the day, and it's a big one for the hardware enthusiasts among us. We've been tracking the rumors for years under the codename of Deckard, but we finally have a name for this mystery headset. It's called the Steam Frame. This isn't just a successor to the Valve Index, it's Valve's play for the future of the VR medium. It was designed to be the best of both worlds, a high-end PC VR beast for the hardcore crowd and a legitimate standalone competitor to the MetaQuest series. But as many of you know, the road to release has been anything but smooth. The global RAM and memory shortage has officially hit the crisis stage, and it has thrown a massive wrench into Valve's production timeline. So, what exactly happened? Well, late last year, the semiconductor market took a massive hit. We saw unprecedented price hikes as major RAM producers, the folks that make the chips that go into every headset, PC, phone, anything that requires storage and memory, they all began diverting their entire inventories towards AI data centers. When companies like OpenAI and Microsoft are building massive server farms, they're buying up all the high-end bandwidth memory that they can get their hands on, leaving consumer tech companies and consumers out in the cold. For Valve, this made it impossible to lock down a launch price for the Steam Frame without it being, quite frankly, astronomical. They didn't want to do a proper launch where only 10 people could actually buy the thing. However, we are finally seeing some light at the end of the tunnel, as these massive AI projects are settling or outright ending, and alternate manufacturers have stepped in to fill the consumer gap. The shortage is finally starting to stabilize. This means that you need to be keeping a very close eye on Valve's socials, with the hardware blog updates coming out more frequently. Details on this product and the final pricing and shipping dates for the Steam Frame could drop any day now. Personally, I'm praying it comes out sooner rather than later. My MetaQuest 3 is barely hanging on at this point. Between the battery degradation and the fact that Meta's quality control feels like it's actively sliding downhill with each release or update, I'm ready for a change. I just hope Valve manages to keep the price within the realm of sanity. We don't need another $1,000 barrier to entry. We need a headset that actually rewards people who have stayed loyal to the Steam ecosystem. Stay tuned, because as soon as those pre-orders go live, you'll hear it from here first. Now we move on to today's Creation Spotlight. In this episode, we're looking at a piece of design history that has been undergoing a massive digital renaissance. For those of you who grew up in the late 90s to mid-2000s, this is buried deep within your subconscious. It's the glossy finish on a piece of fresh tech. It's the bright, optimistic interface on a brand new operating system. To those unfamiliar, Welcome to Frutiger Aero. This wasn't just a trend, it was a visual philosophy that dominated the turn of the millennium. It embraced vibrant natural colors, greens and blues, and merged them with sleek, futuristic technology. Its style, characterized by transparency, soap bubbles, and tropical fish, and a sense of clean progress. You've likely seen it resurfacing lately while scrolling through Instagram or TikTok as people rediscover the tech optimism we lost along the way. But seeing a picture on a phone screen is one thing, standing inside of it is another. What we have here today is a world meticulously crafted by the user CoreyCat. This map does more than just mimic the style. It synthesizes the core pillars of Frutiger Aero and builds a tangible 3D environment that you can actually set foot in. The moment you spawn in, you're hit with a specific kind of light. Everywhere you look, there are areas of intrigue. The bright, high saturation colors pop against the glass textures, giving you the strange sensation that you've stepped into a future that was promised to us 20 years ago, but never quite arrived. It's a lost timeline preserved here in the digital space of VR chat. As you explore, you realize CoreyCat didn't just make a museum piece, they made a functional space. There are professional-looking meeting rooms that feel like they belong in a headquarters of a 2005 biotech firm. There's a stunning aquarium, a staple of the aesthetic, where you can watch the water and the life within it. If the brightness gets too much, there's an optional night mode that shifts the atmosphere entirely, but the heart of the world remains the relaxation areas. Specifically, the massive pool and observation deck. There's something about the way the water interacts with the geometry here that feels incredibly grounded. It isn't just about the vibe or nostalgia, it's genuinely peaceful. CoreyCat also curated a playlist for this world that is absolutely fantastic. It captures the airy ambient electronic sound that defined this era, but honestly, that's something you'll have to experience for yourself to get the full effect. Also, most of it is Nintendo music, and I don't want to get sued, so... Now, no world is perfect, and if I had to find one thing that broke immersion for me, it would have to be the ping pong area. As much as I love the inclusion of activities, the physics and the balls are a bit, let's just say, extraterrestrial. They're wacky and floaty to the point where it's more of a struggle against the gravity than a game of skill. It's probably not worth your time if you're looking for a serious match. But that is a very small gripe in an otherwise masterfully executed world. Beyond the floaty physics, I have no issues here. The world is a solid addition to CoreyCat's portfolio and is a must-visit for anyone who wants to spend a few minutes living in the glossy, optimistic future of yesterday. Though, don't just take my word for how cool this world is. Today, I have a guest and friend of the show who really enjoys the world.
I am on the internet. I am known as the Red Spartan here in VR chat. I'm pretty cool, I guess. I'm one of the moderators for a VR chat group called the Disciples of Tron. We are a very chill community. One of the senior mods, to be exact. That's pretty much it.
Okay, let's start with first impressions. When you first spawned into CoreyCat's world here, what was the very first thing that caught your eye?
The green grass out there. It hits that early 2000s old computer look that I grew up with, and it just kind of hit me.
Frutiger Aero is known for its glossy and wet textures. How does the use of water and transparency in this map affect the mood for you?
I think it affects positively how like everything looks like it's not hard to put it into words, to be honest. It's just positive. Me being in this world, it just says like nothing's gonna bad happen. Like there's gonna be no creepy things hanging around. There's no jump scares anywhere. It's just it just feels like peaceful, calm. That's what I mean by like positive. All positive vibes, nothing negative.
Does being here trigger any specific memories of the 2000s for you? Maybe an old computer, a specific piece of tech, the going to the mall, or something like that?
It just takes me back to when I was a kid, when times were simpler. I didn't really have to worry about too much. Just fun, positive happiness, I guess. But I do remember my old family computer. We ran on Windows, Linux, I think. I don't remember. It was a while ago. But it was it was it was cool, I guess. And when we got Minecraft on it for the first time, it was 1.2.2, I think, which I think was pretty cool. The fact that we were able to get Minecraft on there. And that's one of my core memories with it.
This aesthetic is often called corporate optimism. Do you find this space relaxing, or is there a hint of liminal eeriness beneath the surface?
I can understand why there is a bit of liminal eeriness. I do find it very relaxing, yes, but there's like some parts where it's like, I feel like I've been here before. Like, there's one part in the world where it's like green with some seeds and some like plants. It kind of like hits like I feel like I dreamt this before, I just don't remember when type thing. But it's overall it's very calm.
Looking at Corey Cat's choice of like color palette, the bright blues, the greens, and the slick whites, how well do you think they captured the clean essence of this aesthetic?
I feel like they captured it very well. How everything on our old computers was colorful, eye-catching, very like futuristic at the time. Like everything's like clean and everything. I do feel like they captured it very well.
Where do you feel like they captured that the best? Where do you think they hit it right on the nail?
I'm not very sure. I just know they hit it like throughout the entire world. I feel like they've hit it very well. It's hard for me to pick a specific side where it hits the most because you feel it everywhere.
Is there a small corner or a specific prop in this world that you think most people would walk past but you find really, really interesting?
I think there's like these little like old aquarium lamps where you would have the print of fish like move around. Not a lot of people will stop to look at those, but like I guess I'd be like, whoa, I remember this.
You say this world kind of ignited your fascination with Frutiger Aero. Do you think its implementation into VR helps with the appreciation of the aesthetic?
Yeah, because you can play VR chat two different ways. You can either play it on a flat screen with either an iPhone or a desktop computer. Even that's great on its own, but actually in VR, where you're not limited by your keyboard, you're not limited by a controller or anything. You can actually move your hands around. Like there's some technologies where you can actually like feel like haptic vibrations when you interact with something. It hits different because you're so used to seeing it on a monitor. It kind of like gives it more when you're actually in it.
If you could live inside this world forever, what is one thing you'd add to make it the ultimate Frutiger Aero sanctuary?
Space Cadet Pinball. I remember playing that a lot on my grandparents' old home computer with my siblings, because they also had a type of computer that had this type of aesthetic to it, and we played a lot of Space Cadet Pinball. So if I was here, I gotta have my Space Cadet Pinball if I want to get the full experience.
And with that, today's adventure is over. This has been Across the MetaVRse. If you like what you saw here, please come and watch us again, as more episodes are coming soon. In fact, another one is being made right now as this one comes out. Let us know if there's anything you'd like us to see next. Your suggestions are what keeps this show strong and alive, and keeps us bringing content straight to you. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.